Well, hello everybody. My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food on both Facebook and YouTube. I hope you're all doing well today. I'm kind of laughing because I'm reading this article about Applegate meat is going non-GMO. And not unlike Kellogg's, the same people that bring you all of the highly processed cereals buying Kashi, Applegate Farms was bought by Hormel. Do you know what Hormel produces? Spam. So no wonder people were scared of buying Applegate products after they were bought out by Hormel. I mean, what part about spam is healthy or not chemically altered or not GMO altered? I mean, you just gotta laugh. And it's like, are we being duped or what by the United States food industry? But when Hormel bought it, they were worried. It turned out the worries were unfounded. It is committed to removing all GMOs from its entire supply chain, from the finished product all the way down to the animal feed. And as we often say here, it's not what you're eating, but it's what you're eating ate before it got to you, because that's where a lot of the damage comes. You know, sometimes they can say it's an organic cow, but if they're feeding it GMO tainted grains, well, that's not really a grass-fed organic animal, is it? So labeling has to be pretty darn clear for me before I pick up a product. So I was wary of Applegate, and I think somebody here on the site said a while back, don't think when you're buying Applegate you're getting a true natural or organic product. And they must have known about this before I did. I'm just laughing. The people that make Spam bought out Applegate, which is an organic, natural, where I see it is in the deli with meats and cheeses. But they also make organic chicken nuggets and what else? Breaded chicken, frozen burgers, and they can be found where organic food is found as well as in conventional places. I've seen them Whole Foods, Stop and Shop, maybe Shaw's, but definitely Stop and Shop and Whole Foods. So when they bought it last year for around $775 million, the move was aimed at helping the big food brand appeal to the increasing number of American consumers who prefer to buy meat products that contain hormone and antibiotic-free animals come from. And so they're also working on the organic part as well. And so I think that this is admirable, and I like to see it. And so maybe it's not going to be that scary. I look for clarifying labeling from Applegate the next time I go shopping. I know Greg bought some Applegate cheese to put in his lunches recently, and I've got a different organic company with some ham and some turkey that I bought to put with eggs, or just to have, as a lettuce wrap. So anyway, it is interesting how these food industry big ones are trying to heed our need and desire for GMO-free foods all the way down to the animal feed. And there's still a lot of hanky-panky going on, as one can imagine. But you've got to be extra, extra vigilant. You've got to know when you read these labels. I'm not saying gotta know, but I'm strongly suggesting that when you read labels, that you look up online and see what the definition is of that word that you can't pronounce. And be careful, because a lot of these products are sprayed with its glyphosate. I'm sure somebody will correct me with that. And that is the chemical that is found in Roundup. And Roundup is a huge, huge no-no if you have animals outside and to kill weeds. And they use it on crops. And we're ingesting it. And they say that children have just overloaded parts per billions inside their tiny little bodies from this sort of spray and use. So it behooves you to be very aware of what's going on inside the item that you're choosing to eat. I stay away from processed foods, boxed foods, bagged foods. Even I was so disheartened when I went to buy the steamer type Green Giant brand, and I read on the back that the peas have baking soda in them. I don't want peas with baking soda in them. So when I buy frozen peas, because they're so hard to find fresh and they're picked at their freshness and then flash frozen, so sometimes it's a better bad choice. So sometimes I buy organic at Whole Foods, but I kind of gave over Whole Foods for the summer to the summer people because it's just too crazy in the parking lot and all that. But I buy peas, they're probably GMO if they're not organic, but they aren't treated with baking soda in Stop and Shop and Star and places, Market Basket, places like that. So turn that puppy over before you put it in your cart and really get to know what it is that these ingredients are, what they mean, and if there's any dangers. If they have to disclose them on the label, they're hoping that you, general public people, all of us, aren't paying attention. And we still buy it and we still ingest it. So be aware. Label reading is a fine art, and it does become fascinating, but it really deepens your knowledge of what you're eating. And if these chemicals, what if they affect your metabolism? What if your weight is stalled and you're buying things with CRAP in them and all these chemical vitamins and things like that? Is that really what you want to be eating? I mean, you're lucky if you're still losing and you're eating the standard American diet, just lesser amounts. But maybe that's not the answer. Maybe it'll stall eventually like it did with me, because I did the standard American diet just a la Weight Watchers for the first 17 pounds that I lost, and then nothing changed. So then I went to the low-carb, high-fat keto way of eating, and a lot changed. And I lost my cravings for sugar. I lost my cravings for grains. I am much more careful about what I choose to cook, buy, and eat. So I'm hoping that you do too, and that if you have any finds that surprised you, good, bad, and ugly, please comment below with them, because I want to know. I want to know what's going on there in the food industry that I can't. You could do that as a full-time job, just paying attention to what they're trying to dupe us with. Those marketers are the best at what they do. And I mean, even when I read about the cane sugar convention in how to market white table sugar to keep us addicted, yes, this is what goes on at their board meetings. It's amazing. So pay attention, comment below, and thank you so much for watching. I love you, pickles. See you the next time. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. Bye-bye for now.